Oh, once again, everyone, and it appears that Shin Megami Tensei has dropped another trailer for Vengeance called The Ultimate Beginning. So I figured I'd share my thoughts with it. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Now, awaken.
Please let me come with you. Not everyone has what it takes to fight demons. You really want to help? Then ask yourself if you're willing to kill the girls.
It seems the barrier protecting Tokyo has been broken. Demons have begun flooding in.
The general public can tell the end is near.
Find someone who can save this world and guide them.
That power has been sealed away. It is forbidden to release it.
She hit us when we least expected. We didn't stand a chance against her.
Come now. I know this world's order seems unjust to you too. Why not join us and embrace freedom?
It's not good that you were manipulated, but you were ready to do whatever it took to protect someone you care about. I know exactly how that feels.
Recall Sentrent Execution. I might be mispronouncing that, but looks pretty good. And chances are this is probably one of the late game demons, judging from the damage and the way it looked. So he's probably part of a quest line.
I shall free you from the pain and worry that plagues your heart. Be not afraid, for what awaits is grander.
You certainly seem convinced of your own righteousness.
I'm here to stop you from making a dumb mistake.
You hate the people who side with demons, but you're fine with using their power. You hate the people who...
It's interesting that the Demi-Fiend actually is a guest character. I'm curious whether or not you can add him to your party permanently or not. If you can, it would definitely make New Game Plus definitely much easier, considering how much power he is.
Who side with demons, but you're fine with using their power yourself.
Especially all that damage, and it even says
Side.
Unique. Severe physical skill to all foes. Ignores affinity resistances and pierces through. In other words, it doesn't mean if you take half damage, you still take full damage.
With demons, but you're fine with using their power yourself. You're just a hypocrite.
Really? There is no hypocrisy in my vision. None. Hypocrisy in my vision. None.
Now that I think about it, Yakumo doesn't really seem like the person to do this. I mean, he's rough around the edges, sure, but he doesn't particularly go after someone who hasn't wronged him. True, he stayed multiple times not to like demons, but through the original, he's shown that Nua was someone he, I guess, not cared about, but I guess liked. So, yeah, then again, context is important, but I get the feeling this isn't the end for these two. At least I hope not, as these two are always interesting when they were on screen.
You have the power to rewrite legend itself, and yet you can't even make this one simple...
Also, quick side note, I can't believe I never thought that Odin and Thor could have the Magitsui skill. Seriously, they are literally father and son working together. I mean, for it to never cross my mind, hindsight really is 2020. Plus, we have some like Skahath and Kukal and teacher and student actually working together as well. So, should have seen it coming.
Legend itself, and yet you can't even make this one simple decision.
I have to do this. I have to save everyone.
The time has come.
The ultimate beginning. I won't abandon you. I won't make you carry this.
I'm afraid it is too late for the girl.
We cannot allow her to do as she pleases. Come, young man. This time we end it.
Time really does fly. Just about 2 more weeks and the game will be out. As to continue with my thoughts, right here,
I shall free you from the pain and worry that plagues your heart.
where Mastema talks, plus with the scenery. I'm curious if this is his doing too.
Least expected.
Also, another question I have is whether or not this is stone or salt. Because I think I read in a few texts that salt is actually meant for purification. So it could make sense.
Chance against her.
Come now. I know this world's order seems unjust to you too. Why not join us and embrace freedom?
Another question is what kind of endings there'll be. Because chances are one will probably be with the Quaditsu. Though chances are you'll have already beaten them by then. That's usually how it goes. But still, it'll be interesting to see how everything goes.
Worry that plagues your heart.
Plus, I am curious what kind of role Mastema will play. I mean, it was stated that his brand, the Bethel, actually got attacked, and that's why he's here. So, and my mouse is on screen. Sorry about that.
Be not afraid.
Your own righteousness.
Also, there was one question that kind of crossed my mind. In one of the posts about this game, it showed that you can actually collect origami cores, I believe, or something. And those will actually give you access to skills, and they'll reappear. But I'm curious if the origami might look different if it's for this form or the other. Because it would be interesting if they at least had like a different color, like blue for the original and purple for this one. Or it might be that some might just appear after you've acquired this form. They weren't visible until now. That's a possibility. They won't change anything. It'll all just be the same look.
Ask yourself if you're willing to kill the girls.
Also, it appears that Tao and Yuko seem to have quite an interesting chemistry. Yuko seems to be more about the aggressive side of battling, while Yoko wants to be more pacifist and just make sure no one gets hurt. So it's kind of interesting that these two are kind of like two opposites. I get the feeling that both these characters will play a pretty big part. And if I had to guess, Yoko might actually become an albino with Lilith. But that's just one possible outcome. The other theory is that he might become something else entirely. Plus, one question is whether or not this horrifying thing will happen in a turning point or near the end. But if I had to take a guess, I'd say it's probably in the middle, considering it's when we don't have the new form. Plus, this is probably Yoko comforting after the whole school attack deal. Everything that's happening makes me more and more curious on how the story's going to unfold. But once again, probably this thing is going to happen when we had in the previous trailer where it showed a crack and rank in the body. This was the more perfect version. But everything leading up to it, I am curious about, because I don't think it will be the same as it was in the previous one, because the Quaditsu are probably going to be the one that causes this chain reaction. Of course, there's always the possibility that Yoko might have done that. Plus, one other thing is Nuo and Yakumo actually being in the fake Japan. So, I'll admit, them actually being outside of the underworld is going to be an interesting thing. And judging from the way they look, they might actually end up being guest characters too. After all, those two have shown that they don't really hate the Naho Bino or the MC. And the final thing I'm thinking about is this dungeon. It's supposed to be what's underneath Bethel. So I'm curious whether this is going to be the penultimate dungeon or the ultimate dungeon. Because this is a whole new story, so it's a possibility we might not even go to the throne. But one thing's for certain. That power source that was at the center of Bethel will probably be something that the Quaditsu need in order to achieve their plans, along with Naho Bino. So, yeah, that's all my thoughts. I'll end share any and all of yours in the comments, because I'm curious what all of you think. But, till next time, everyone, see you guys later.